Welcome back to another video. Well, down at Point Arkwright, and I've been to this rock before. We've got some awesome light conditions, super rough waves, high tide, water where I haven't seen it before, so there's lots to shoot. I've been running around with the 24mm F1, trying to get some of that colour and some of that, still a little bit of purple hour still floating around at the moment on this beautiful rock. They're crashing on that rock, and we're getting some really good wave action, so it's looking pretty good. Got some good movement. 1/8 of a second, normal stuff sort of water. Auto ISO, that's probably the key this morning. Just so, because I'm on rocks and I've got to be careful, I'm just going auto ISO so I'm not having to sit there and adjust. I can just shoot and then we'll hopefully get a shot out of it. It's a little bit sketchy. Be careful around the water when it's this rough. You don't want to fall over, knock your head on a rock, or drop your camera or anything silly like that. So, but while I've got this light, I'm going to try and get out there and get some more shots for you. And then we're going to shoot up here, or up over to behind me. There's this rock section over here. Normally the water doesn't flow over, but it's flowing over, creating this massive big waterfall. It looked really good when I was walking over. I did want to get this first, and then we'll shoot over there and go and see if we can find there. But let's hit that intro. So I've got these rocks down here that I've sort of got in the foreground with the 24, and then obviously this, and then that gorgeous cloud bank providing that gorgeous little golden line of sunrise. So there's plenty of movement, and you can see those waves crashing on the rock here. It's pretty special. That's sort of the composition I'm looking. Obviously I'm going vertical on it. Okay, so we're moving on from there. It's drenched, but I had heaps of fun. That was very cool. I'll try and chuck those shots up just then for you. Hopefully get one or two good ones. I did come around from the right hand side, so you can see the rock here. I did come out from the right hand side just down in the water and got some shots as well, but it didn't have that sunrise in the background, so I'm assuming that one's not going to be as nice. Sorry, I've got to walk across these pebble rocks, but you see that sunrise is just still there. It's only 5:10 and we're losing light. Mental. But I love that rock. It's always sort of good to shoot. Generally you can come down and it's not as rough. You can get right in and do some long exposure stuff on it, which is always good fun. Just something different, but it's good to sort of have the crashing waves. So where we're heading across now is, it's a main part of the rocks, but because of the rough tides and the high tides, it was letting heaps of water flow over the top. So hopefully I can get back and there's still going to be some water. I think the tide is slowly starting to recede. So you can see we've got plenty to work with up here. There's plenty of nice shots. This whole coastline is pretty amazing, the rock formations, and you obviously get the sand, beautiful beaches as well, so we're pretty lucky. Now I have shot here before, and I've shot just down this section just here. Sorry, I'm using my pointer, my three-legged thing head to show you where I'm going. But when I first got here, the water was flowing over here. You get a big enough wave, and it was coming right across here and flooding all down this area. Like that, but obviously a little bit more. So I don't know if I've got enough water left. I'll see how I go. Might be a matter of just a little bit of patience. It looks like the tide has just turned off high and starting to go out again. So I'm not sure if I will get what I had before, which would be a shame, but I'll definitely try it. So I'll probably get down here with the camera and maybe set up the tripod, and then I can set it up and get a nice frame on it. And then I just need some decent waves to come back with that colour. It's a gorgeous morning. And that's at the car park up the top. Nice and plenty of clouds. Got even some rain down that way. Just getting that little bit of colour there, which is perfect. Righto, so you can see where it's got set up. I've tried to get that sunrise out in the... I just need the waves to come now while that sun's up. Still 1/8 of a second, I want that water flow over. And then when I get that water flow down here, I'm just trying to expose a couple for that sunlight. Now that light's reflecting off everything, and here we go, right here. Not as much as I'd like, there's a bit more water coming. And the beauty of it is that when you get that white water, you get that that sun's going to bounce off. It's like a little reflector. I've got the circular polarizer on at the moment too to try and help with that light and just take those shadows out of this. I only want to get that reflection off that white water. The sun's just about to head up into the cloud. Should be a little bit different. Here comes some more. It's F13 there, half a second. That's good because that sun's now sort of protected a little bit by that light, so I can go a little bit longer because that's not as much dynamic range to deal with. We'll stay here for a little bit and see if I can get some shots. Alright, so I've got a ND1000 on and got up to F16 in 30 seconds. Just making sure that the highlights on that sun doesn't blow out, and then I'm trying to get some of this white water to reflect enough light to give me to help with the shadows. I've had a couple of good sets, but I think the sun might be still a little bit bright, that dynamic just blowing out. I don't really want to lose the detail in that sun because it looks really nice. Hopefully I've just got to get enough white water to come through during a 30-second shoot, and trying to time all that together is the magic trick with this little session. About there, F14. You get that white water to reflect some of that light. Hopefully that's enough. Some good sets, keep that white water coming through. Fingers crossed. Getting a couple of good shots through. And yeah, that white water's working well. That's reflecting that light from the sun, so that's ideal. I just got to get enough of it so it brings out those shadows, and we should be good. I'll get one more here. That's at 30 seconds, F14. And I'm just starting to clip now, sort of come up maybe to F18. Sort of very borderline, F16. If I get enough white water, it should be okay. A decent wave coming through now. Maybe not enough. I need a couple of decent big ones. I want to go and do a move over here and see if I can't get something else. Probably be my last attempt, I reckon, at this one. Just wherever I can get those shadows right. Just seems to be clipping. I'll try F20. Do one more at F20 and that'll be us. And then I'm going to move. I'm going to come up and move over along this out here and see if I can get some of those backlight, maybe some high speed shots of the waves. Do a bit of video here to show you just what I've got. So you can see the composition here. I've got all these beautiful shaped rocks down here. And then I've got that Beautiful sun up the top here, coming through under the clouds, so it's glowing. And then when you'll see when it gets, hopefully get some white water come through. Even there, that little bit of white water, you can see that it just brings out the highlights. They get a decent section, be able to see what it does to those rocks and how it makes a big difference. So then you can then sort of battle that sun. So obviously that's super bright. That's why I've got to go so high on my aperture to drop that down, but then you get all the massive shadow section. Now I should be able to bring it up, but the less you have to do, the better. It's going to make your job a lot easier in the editing. It's just a matter of getting that white water to come across and act as our reflector. Got some waves coming through now, so it might be alright. Here we go, there's a decent wave. Hopefully it'll come up. Just wanted to show you what that wider water, here we go, this will do it. So straight away, even a little trickle, you sort of can see just how you get a little bit more detail in that foreground. This is a better shot right here. Right, yeah, that's what we want. Look at that. See how then that you get that little bit more light in that foreground? It makes a massive difference down here. And instead of just being all black, you get those details, and the white sort of cascades through the dark, and then you sort of shows you all the details in this beautiful rock. Anyway, that's what I was sort of hoping to show you. Hopefully that makes it a little bit easier and makes you see what I'm trying to work out. Okay, so I'm just going to try one more thing while I'm here. Well, I've got these patterns in these rocks, and that's to try and get something coming down through here on these cracks. The wide angle lens. Probably going to get wet here, but I'm getting a bit more. Similar sort of concept. Again, I've got a lot of light come up the top, so I'll probably cut out that sun section, and then I just want to get that golden light on the rocks here, so probably don't need to go. So that's a F8. It's pretty nice. And then now that I've got too much light with that white water, I think that's going to be the drama. So it's going to be just getting the right balance of what I need to do in there. So you can see I was up there before when I was shooting that other rock. Might be a little bit too bright now for it. Let's see how we go. Oh, it's a nice picture. I'm just going to head out here, see if I can get some shots. Some high speed stuff, so go to my presets. Alright, let's see what we can find out here. Waves are backed off. Just got to be careful of waves. And there I'm getting wet. Oh, some good waves coming. Oh, that's better. Got a good set coming now. Beautiful big wave. Woohoo! That's the ticker. That's what you want. Camera's going to get a good clean after today. see if we got anything. Oh yeah, some good waves there. Maybe one more set and then we'll go. Alright, I'm happy. I think we got something there. Come back in the... Oh, one more here. Yeah. Rightio. Okay, done and dusted for another week. The 24mm EF went well. It's a beautiful lens, love it. Those early morning photos I know come up, look pretty good. These ones down here come up, I just went back, scroll back through. Even that little last one there where we did just in the patterns here with the water come up nice. The high speed ones, yeah, probably not as bigger waves as I'd like, but there's that nice golden glow in the background, so it actually looked nice. Wet legs, but I'm safe and sound, so that's the main thing. And camera's good, and we got some nice shots, so hopefully you get to see those and enjoy them. Some tips, so obviously using that whitewater, and that yet again we discussed that when we're doing that long exposure stuff here, is when you've got those dark shadows of the rock, and then using that whitewater from the waves to act as a bit of a reflector, that will definitely help you, especially when you come to post-processing, just to pick up those details in the foreground in the dark section. When you've got that high dynamic range of the sun in the morning for a sunrise shoot. So something I've been using a lot lately, and it's obviously a timing thing. You've got to get it right to get that white water and get enough in there so it'll reflect that light and be in a place where the sun can sort of bounce off it. So just sort of think of those things. Other than that, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had a good week. The calendar's up live on the website, so if you're looking for a calendar for 2025, it'll help me out. Go check that out. Yeah, some nice shots, 12 nice, beautiful shots from this past year up until now. And they're sort of December, November area from last year, because obviously I did last year's. So that's up live. You can go check the link down below. That will take you over to the website, to the merch store. There's prints, there's hats, shirts, and also now the 2025 calendar, and that would be muchly appreciated. But yeah, I'll talk to you all next week. Stay safe. Peace.